fit in your workouts or plan out your nutrition just like you have. You'll just have to tweak it a little differently. But one of my favorite things is just how you continue to fit things in. And, you know, some weeks that looks different than others. Some days you're doing it at different times. But you just always manage to squeeze it in and find that time for you to take care of you. I think it's so crazy since we started together the very end of November. And it is now beginning-ish of July. And you've already lost 41 pounds, which is crazy. Crazy that you've managed to do that while being so busy. And then the other thing that I love is you've done pretty much all of your workouts either at home or walking around the track with your kids. And I think you're just such a perfect example that if you want something to happen, you're going to make it happen. And it doesn't have to look like going to the gym 7 days a week or even having a gym membership. Like, your workouts are pretty much all in your garage. Is that correct?
That is correct. I have dumbbells. I have an elliptical, but it just broke not too long ago, so I only use it on manual mode. But with the weather it's been, I've been walking up and down my driveway. If I work late, I find a coworker and we walk around my campus at work. If I'm at a travel ball game, I try to find somewhere where I can get my work, you know, at least get the 35-minute cardio in, and then I try to fit my strength workouts in whenever I can.
Right. And that's what I love is everybody's journey looks a little bit different and everybody's workouts are going to look a little bit different. You just have to find, you know, what works best for you and your schedule and what you have. So, you know, that's my main job is coming up with a game plan with you that is going to fit your lifestyle and not feel overwhelming or impossible. And you have shown that even with being busy, you still find time to make it work, and you've made so much progress, and I'm just really excited for you.
Yeah, it's been tough, but I've really enjoyed it. I've done several diets. I've done the keto, I've done the Atkins, you know, I've done Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers really worked for me, but it never really taught me how. Even when I stopped that, I gained my weight back because it didn't show me what I needed to do for me and for my body and how to fuel myself. And that's what I really enjoy about this program and how I have you to help me out. And you just show me, like, this is how you do it. If you can't get it there, I'll help you. And you set my workups out. And that's the best part for me right there, because I never knew how to get that workout plan in or what I needed to do to work on this body part and stuff like that. So that's what I really like about this program.
Oh, that makes me happy. Even though I know you don't like me on certain days, certain exercises are not your favorite.
Well, yeah, this last little workout I need to get in this week is not my favorite, but I know it helps.
Yes, it's okay. I'll allow you to not like me for one day of the week. Well, I'm excited to talk to you. So I have a few different questions. I know we talked about it before, but I wanted to kind of talk to you about where your health was prior to joining. I know you said you had kind of bounced around trying different diets. So tell me a little bit about just how you felt kind of day to day, and I guess just where you were in general with your health.
It was just plain crappy. I was tired all the time, cranky all the time, no energy. I would go to work my 8-hour shift, and then that was it. Had no desire to do anything else after that. It was just poor health. My body felt like it was falling apart. And I mean, I still have my aches and pains now, but nothing before. So yeah, I felt like I was in a bad spot, and I had been messaging with Alex for, a little while, and she kind of talked me into, letting her talk to me face to face, on the phone, whatever. But, and I just said, why not? Why not just try it? And I'm glad I did.
Yes. Oh, that makes me happy. I usually tell people, one of the main things you'll notice in that first month when you start really getting things in order, so getting your training in a good place and getting your nutrition in a better place, especially your nutrition, is the increased energy. And a lot of that comes from, especially we've noticed obviously a lot of our team is nurses, and with the crazy shifts that everyone has, a lot of times people have really low calorie days and then high calorie days and their off days. So their body has no sense of consistency, which they have no energy from because they have all these days where they're just not getting enough food to fuel their body. And so usually that first month we see such an increase in energy, which is so needed, especially for all of the busy, hardworking moms out there who have to have energy to get through the day.
Oh, absolutely. I that
Yeah,
100%.
for sure. So what would you say has been your very biggest accomplishment since joining?
Well, there's a lot. But I would just say my attitude,
Oh,
my
I love that.
and just being more positive and being, happy. Just you can see it not only in myself but in my children's, faces when they see me. The work I'm working out, and they're like, "Man, Mom, you're a beast," and
Oh,
that really, pumps me up. And then, to be able to have that extra energy after my workouts just to do stuff with them, when before I could barely do anything with them after work, regardless of whether I'm doing a workout or not. So, I would definitely say my attitude is my biggest accomplishment. Just the change that I see in myself. I'm not wanting to argue with people that much more anymore. My husband and I are getting along better. So yeah, I think the attitude is the biggest thing, aside as from the physical aspect of it.
I love that so much. And it kind of just shows you like there's so much more than just, losing weight. Like there's so many different things that come into play when you just feel better and your body's in a better place in general. You, like you said, you have more energy, your attitude's better because you just feel better.
I do.
I love that. So one of the things I'm excited to hear from you is how do you feel like you make time for your workouts with being so busy? Like, what would your advice be to another mama out there that's just nervous that she doesn't have time for this, but she wants to make changes for herself?
First, you have to put you first.
Mhm.
Um, yes, there will be times in the very beginning that your kids are like, why are you doing that? Why are you not spending time with me? But then, like, they see it. They see that change in the attitude. They see you're having more energy, and that then you do have more time to do things with them because you feel better. It's sometimes it's hard to accept that you need to put you first, and that was one of my biggest problems in the beginning. Um, but with their busy schedules, I would always try to work my workouts in with them. Like if they were at practice, I would find a spot to do something there. My son and my nephew just had soccer at the YMCA, so we have a little like walking track around our outside fields. So I walked around the fields while they were doing their stuff, and then when we were done, we came home and played some more soccer.
Mhm.
So it's hard, but you have to put you first. And
Yeah,
then what I do is when I come home, I get what I need done, whether it's cook dinner, do dishes, some form of laundry or whatnot, and then I get myself, outside. I get my stuff done, and then after that, with it being summertime, they don't have to go to bed early, so we can do whatever we need to have some fun. And then, sometimes it is time limited, yes, but it's still doing something with them. So
sure, for
play
sure.
soccer, catch some softball, or just be silly and goofy at the house. It's really important to put yourself first sometimes.
I agree with that so much because I feel like when you have that time to just take care of you, you feel so much better. And I feel like you're able to just love your family in a different way. So my husband knows, like, if I get that time at the gym, I come back feeling refreshed
Yep.
and ready to go. I'm just in a better mood overall than if I didn't get that time for myself. So I feel like having that little bit of time to put you first and just take care of you helps you to be able to be, well, number one, the best version of you, and
Absolutely.
then also just to be able to show up for others fully.
Right. Right. I agree.
But I don't know. You always motivate me so much. I'm like, if she can fit it her workouts in, I can fit it in my day.
Well, I think it's easy when I'm working out from home. You know, I don't know if it would be different if I had to go to the gym, which I mean I've done, and I felt very guilty doing that. I felt more guilty going to the gym than I did working out here,
Mhm.
because I was away from them. But when I'm here, they see me doing it. So then, like while I'm doing my workout, you know, they're more motivated to come out and play some soccer or ride their bikes or, you know, ride a scooter or something like that. So I think it's setting an example for them as well, you know.
Sure. And it's also setting such a good example of just how you're taking care of your body and just showing them that they, at some point they're going to be at an age when they're no longer involved in sports and they'll be able to look back and remember you taking time out of your day to take care of you. And you're just building these habits that they're already able to watch, which I think is super neat.
Right.
Well, that's pretty much all of my questions. My last one for you is what would you say the scariest part of joining Strength and Harmony was for you?
Failure. I
Oh,
was terrified of failing. I've done so many different types of diets and stuff like that, and I've succeeded. But then when it was over, I gained everything back. I went back to feeling the way I was. Then it's making that commitment, saying, you know, I'm going to do it, and then signing up, and then I'm a very competitive person. So that helps me a lot, especially with our little challenges that we have for our ring challenges. And it's kind of like a challenge for myself too, but just telling myself you're not going to fail at this. And then once I got started with everything and learned the process of the system,
Mhm.
it's helped out a lot. It has, because you're teaching me that I need that fuel for my body, that I need to eat. Yes, I'm eating decreased calories, but I'm getting what my body needs to help me feel better. And that is going to go in the long run to my future, because I'm going to know I don't need to limit my food. I don't need to limit everything. I need to fuel my body.
Mhm.
And that's what I like about this, is that you're teaching me to continue this and not just, oh, lose the weight and then that's it.
I love that. And that's my main thing, walking through this with you and teaching you so that by the end of this, you know what you're doing and you don't feel lost and scared of just gaining it all back. Walking through this with you and explaining, okay, this is the change we're making and this is why we're making the change. And just being sure to, if you have any questions, a coach should answer any questions you have and explain why they're doing it and explain, the end goal and just be walking through it with you so that you're learning as you go. So I'm really thankful that you feel like you are learning, and I hope you know that you can always ask any questions that you have. And I also just appreciate you hopping on here on your Saturday.
Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad I did. I was very nervous in the beginning.
Uh,
Um, it was pretty easy.
Good. I'm glad. Lives are always a little intimidating, especially like signing on and making sure you're doing it right. But you did wonderful. No issues at all.
Yay! Not like the first one we had, huh?
Right. Zoom was a little more challenging.
Oh,
Well, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will probably check in with you on Tuesday for our check in.
all right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.